I have partnered up with Alois to make some champion-specific guides for the Summoner School website. I tried to put a ton of information in every single one of these guides. Currently, I've made 3 champion guides for the Summoner School website. I have made a Garen guide, a Warwick guide, and a Mordekaiser guide. In these guides, you will find stuff like explaining all the runes, the items, matchups, and so on. And on top of every single video that the guide provides, there is also a matchup spreadsheet for every single one of these guides. If you wish to check out one of these guides, the link to the website will be in the video description. Now, with this introduction out of the way, please enjoy this video. Both of you can win this lane, honestly. It's a pretty skilled matchup. Sett can use his ultimate to cancel yours, and if that happens, you're usually going to lose. You can try to use your ultimate in the middle of his W or E animation, and that way he won't be able to use his ultimate to stop your ulti. The issue is that this won't always be possible, simply because Sett might walk up to you and dare you to ulti him, and he won't use any spell. And if he does the combo of E plus W, you can't use your ultimate in those animations anyway because you're gonna be stunned up. What you can actually do, and what's more reliable, is use your ultimate outside of his ulti range, because your ultimate has a much greater cast range. Another thing you can try to do is use your ultimate at an unpredictable moment. Maybe you can use your ultimate at the very beginning of the fight, and if Sett doesn't expect this, he won't cancel it. It's really important to get that ultimate off later on, because if you manage to get it off successfully, he can never stun you up with E, which ensures that you can try to dodge out his W with a flash or Zhonya's. Zhonya's is especially good because in the super late game, a single W will kill you if it hits you in the middle. So because of that, if you take him into the realm, he has absolutely no way to stun you up, which means you can always use your Zhonya's to dodge his W. And then the moment that W is dodged, you win. As for the early game, Sett will probably be rather aggressive, so what you want to do is try to play it slowly and sit back and not super engage him. Once you get plated steel caps, you can fight him way more. Those boots are especially good into Sett. And then after plated steel caps, I like to go for Riftmaker, but you can also rush Dusk and Dawn or Liandry if you want into him. And then my second item is situational. It can be Liandry or Zhonya's or Rocket Belt Visage, whatever I need for the comp. This Sett actually ended up rushing Blade of the Ruined King, so because of this, his 1v1 was very powerful. If I just sit in melee range and duel him out, he will win because he has his Q attacks and his actual auto attacks, and that will proc up Blade of the Ruined King a lot. But it also makes him much squishier. So because of that, his W won't really be that much of an issue anymore because the true damage won't be significant. Sett usually likes to take items that have both health and attack damage. And because Blade of the Ruined King has no health, it means his W will deal way less damage.
You have slain an enemy killing spree. Killing spree. An enemy has been slain.
If we are to teamfight, I need to make sure Sett dies quickly because he bought Serpent's Fang. And Serpent's is extremely deadly against me and Karma. It's especially bad against Karma because she can use her R plus E to shield everyone, and all of those shields will be reduced in value. This lane is rather annoying because Yorick's never really gonna fight you outright. What he's gonna do is constantly spam his E until you're low enough to die in an all-in. What you're looking to do is try to dodge as many E's of his as you can. Though the issue is that when you are in your Q animation, you're gonna stand still for a bit, and Yorick can use his E during that time. And if he waits for that window, it's basically impossible to dodge it. And the only thing you can really do at that point is use your W to block most of the damage. There's also the fact that his Maiden follows into the the Death Realm. His actual small ghouls don't, but the Maiden itself does. On top of the fact that this gives him more dueling power because the Maiden gives him more damage, it also reduces your damage. And this is because if Yorick angles himself correctly, when you Q him, it won't be an isolated hit. You will hit both him and the Maiden, so he will take less damage. There's also a bug right now where if Yorick dies in the Death Realm, his Maiden will not rapidly lose health the moment Yorick dies. This means that after Yorick dies, you have to manually kill the Maiden. If you don't kill Maiden, the moment Yorick respawns, the Maiden runs back to him. And the thing is, his ultimate gets placed on cooldown from this, even though he still has one ultimate present. So he can unironically have two Maidens, or he can immediately replace the Maiden that dies if you ever kill it. You should also buy heal reduction into Yorick. Both Bramble Vest and Oblivion Orb work into him, but I like Orb more overall. And that's because when you poke him down with your Q, he won't really auto-attack you if he's, let's say, under his tower. And because he's not actively auto-attacking you, the Bramble Vest heal cut will do nothing. Once you get Rylai's, it basically becomes impossible for Yorick to space you out. You will get that movement speed from approach velocity, your magical footwear should be kicked in as well, and you slow him with Rylai. Do not use your ultimate on him until he puts down his cage, because his cage will not actually follow into the realm, and you need to save your ultimate for this specific interaction. But if Yorick gets to about 40% health or 30%, maybe even at 50% health, you can't use your ultimate on him. And you would use it when your Q is about to come off cooldown. Because in that case, even if he cages you, it doesn't really matter. You will immediately take 10% of his health, which already deals a good amount of damage from the health that he has left, and then you can immediately follow up with a Q. So even if he saves his W for your ultimate, it won't really matter because this will basically kill him anyway. Later on into the game, if you want to team fight, you have to push out the side waves first or he will melt your towers. After you successfully push out the side lanes, then you can go team fight. Here I see that his Maiden is rather low, so I try to straight up kill it, but this was a mistake and I overcommit. What I should have done is waited for him to E one more time onto me and then I would have killed her on the next one. I do end up killing the Maiden, but I also die, which is not good.
Upon the ground.
As long as his W is down, you can straight up ulti him like this and you're totally fine. You just need to burn that W.
An enemy has been slain. A summoner has disconnected.
The toughest part of the laning phase is the early game, and this is because if Jax has the combo of Ignite plus Lethal Tempo, he will be very powerful in that 1v1. Most likely he will literally jump on you at every single opportunity that he gets. What you want to do is try to stay back and just Q poke him, but you will always be in his Q range when you walk up the Q, and because of that, Jax will non-stop jump. There's a chance he eventually goes out of mana, but it will take a while, and if you don't successfully pull him off of you, you're going to lose, unless your W shield is fully stacked. What you want to do is get Bramble Vest early and then go into your Riftmaker. You can also go Bramble Vest into Plated Steel Caps into Riftmaker if you wish, but most of the time I go Bramble into Riftmaker or Bramble into Tier 1 Boots into Riftmaker. Bramble Vest is especially good here because the armor, reflect damage, and grievous wounds are all great. If you manage to kill Jax in the early game and you're able to fight him when he immediately jumps on you, then you're basically always going to win. Because realistically, there's nothing else that Jax can do. He's forced to constantly jump on you and look to kill you. But if you are able to stand your ground when he does that, he can't do much else. The later the game goes, the better the matchup gets for you, funnily enough. Once you get to about 3 items, you're basically immortal against Jax if you have the proper setup. You can have Plated Steel Caps with Bramble Vest, Riftmaker, Spirit Visage, and then your other item can be something like a Dusk and Dawn or Liandry or Bloodletter or whatever else. But honestly, as long as you have Plated, Bramble, Riftmaker, and Visage, Jax won't really dent your health anymore. He can try to go for some short trades where he just walks up and does auto W and then he runs away by jumping away with his Q, but that's fine with you because of your W. And if he actually uses his counter strike within that combo, it's still going to be fine for you. Just try to hyper survive the early game, that's the most essential part. However, if you lane a Jax that runs Flash Teleport with Grasp of the Undying, it will be much easier for you to lane him and you will no longer need to rush Bramble Vest and you can just go into your Riftmaker or just Plated Riftmaker. Thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope you found that information useful, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully very soon.
I am favored by the gods and awaited in the Hall of Bones.